Hello, good evening all. Welcome to I'mPossible conversation. The conversation where the ordinary people come and share their stories. Tonight my guest is James Doran. He's got three beautiful girls and founder of the Tyneside Property Investments. And this is James's story. Let's welcome James now.
Hi, Suki.
Hello.
How are you? I'm good. I'm very good. Yourself?
I'm very good, thank you. So how's the Sundays going?
My son has been fine. It's been awesome. Yeah, pretty chilled out today, considering. Yeah.
Fantastic. So the very first question I usually ask from my guests is their favorite quote. And I've asked you about your favorite quote before, and you provided me, you can have everything in life you want if you help enough other people to get what they want.
Yeah, that's it.
Help me out, please.
Yeah, that's a quote by a guy called Zig Ziglar.
Uh-huh.
You know, I sort of heard it at the beginning of this year. You know, it rang very true with myself. To what I was doing in property, what I was doing, helping people get involved in property. You know, so sort of hit a note with me. So it's sort of stuck with us. You know.
Yeah. So you help other people a lot.
Yeah, it's pretty much what I do. You know, in the property industry, Suki. It's helping them build their property portfolios and get their money out working for them, you know, so they can get on with their life, on with their businesses, and I get the money out there working for them, you know. So yeah, it's
fantastic.
It's all about helping them, you know.
Yeah. So let's go back. Please introduce us about yourself and where you're born and bred, and are you originally from Northeast?
Yeah, I'm originally from the Northeast. I'm 41 years old, believe it or not. Yeah, I'm born and bred in Gateshead.
Gateshead.
So, you know, yeah, Gateshead lad through and through. You know, so but I've done a bit of traveling around the world. Before my job, that had me all over the world, you know, which was pretty good, you know, because I do like to travel. But
what
on
kind?
The past is new.
So you are originally from Gateshead, and what made you to travel around the world then?
It was mostly with work, you know. I finished school, I went straight to work. I served my time as a sheet metal worker in a little sheet metal workshop over in Walker, over in Newcastle, which led me to the shipyards on the Tyne, over in Holland. You know, I spent time over in Australia and quite a bit of time offshore around the UK as well, you know. So quite travel with work, you know.
So what's it like working offshore?
It's got its plus points and its minus points, you know. I mean, the best thing about it is the time off, obviously. You know, it's I was generally on a 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off rotation, so it was great to have that quality time with the kids, doing the school run and stuff like that, you know. So that's pretty much probably the only part of the job I enjoyed, you know. But the toughest part was being away from them for so long, you know, for that full 2 weeks at a time. Missing birthdays, missing Christmases, you know. It wasn't easy, you know.
And your family, you got 3 girls, don't you?
Yeah, I've got 3 little girls. Yeah, Molly Blossom, April Rose, and Darcey Willow. They are 10, 8, and 5, respectively. And yeah, they're pretty much the reason why I do anything that I do, Suki. You know, they're pretty much my why to everything, you know.
Definitely. And the names, I am fascinated. The girls' names, they are so lovely. I met lots of different people since I came to UK, but I've never had like that type of names and like siblings. It's beautiful. So where did the inspiration come from?
Just wanted something different for them, you know. We were sort of thinking ahead when they get a bit older. I wanted them to be stand out a little bit from the rest of the kids, you know. So that's how I came up with that. You know,
Yeah. And then thinking back, you are quite passionate about helping people and in properties. Can I say you got passion for property?
I would say so. Yeah. I pretty much live and breathe it, Suki. You know, I wake up with it in the mornings. It's probably one of the first things I think about when I get up. And you're busy with it all day, right up until bedtime. You know, so it's a full-time thing. You know.
And do you want to tell us what exactly you do about properties?
Yeah, well, I've got
what's involved? And
what's involved? Yeah, well, I've been in property for the past 13 years myself. I've got a handful of buy-to-let properties, so my own little portfolio there. And I've always wanted to get into it full time, you know, so that's why I set the business up. And pretty much, I source investment properties for people, you know. They come to me, they tell me, I want X amount of properties. You know, I want a steady income coming in, or I'm building a portfolio for me pension, you know, for when I retire. I've got this money, I need to get working, and I'll pretty much go out and find the properties for them, you know, and handle the whole process. You know, we negotiate, we handle all the legal process, all the refurbishment works taken care of for them, and we also find the tenants as well, you know. So it's pretty much a hands-free service that we provide, you know.
So what would you say the most like, what's the most useful skills?
My most useful skills?
You should have to be in a property business.
I think you need an eye for opportunity, you know. You've got to be a people person. It's very much a people business. You've got to be a good communicator. You know, that's a skill I've had to learn a lot about since I got started, you know. So yeah, it's I would say being a people person, you know, it's very much about relationships and property. I would say that's probably the main thing I would say.
Yeah. When you're talking about being a people person and building a relationship, I just remembered that we've met at Toastmasters.
That's right. Yes.
That's where leaders are born.
It is. It absolutely is. Yeah.
And all about the communication skills. Would you like to go through about that a bit?
About Toastmasters?
Because I know I've seen you at Toastmasters, and also I know that you presented in front of 500 people. Yeah.
That was quite early on in my public speaking career. That, you know, I wouldn't call it a career yet. It's maybe too early for that. But my reason for joining Toastmasters, it was purely a comfort zone stretch to start with. You know, when I first got started with property and got the business set up, I sort of realized I'm going to have to be doing presentations and a lot of networking, speaking to a lot of people, a lot of investors, a lot of clients. So I really had to get my comfort zone stretched a bit. And I'm an introvert at heart, Suki. I've been an introvert my whole life. Always been the shy one, the quiet lad, you know. Public speaking was the ultimate test. So that's why I got into that. And I've enjoyed it. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. You know, I can personally say I've came a long way since I first got started. You know, it just becomes second nature.
And also, speaking to you beforehand, I know that you are really into personal growth and development as well. And the Toastmaster shows, being at Toastmasters, it shows about the comfort zone stretch. And also, I know you do loads of other stuff. Do you want to talk about it? And how did it start?
Well, how did my personal development journey start? It started at the back end of 2017, really. You know, I'll be honest with you, it was when my marriage collapsed at the back end of 2017. A lot of that was down to working away from home, being offshore, you know. And I was just sort of touching on the personal development stuff before that, and it just pretty much kick-started from there, you know. I started reading a few books and another book, and before you know it, you're down the rabbit hole, and you're attending seminars and you're joining Toastmasters and things like that, and you're getting different ideas, you know. You're thinking different, and you're sort of trying new things, and you're pushing your comfort zone as much as you can. So that's pretty much how I got started there, you know.
Yeah. So where are you now? Like, how did this all personal development thing help you so far?
I think it gives you a lot of tools, Suki. You know, I think it gives you a lot of tools, how to manage things, how to manage your thoughts and stuff like that. You know, deal with difficult situations a lot easier. You know, it's an ongoing process. It's an ongoing learning process, I think, with the personal development. You know, but yeah, it's been a big help for me. I know it helps a lot of people. You know.
And so, what do you think the main key of being in a personal development, like in a personal growth? What was like the main motivator for you?
Just to be the best version. I think that's it for a lot of people. Best version of yourself. I think. Well, that be with your fitness. I think fitness is a big part of personal development as well. You know, I try to push hard on my fitness, my diet. Sometimes lets us down a little bit, but I'm trying to get that under control at the moment. You know. So.
Because I remember you posted something about 75 hard challenges.
Oh yeah, the 75 hard challenge. Yeah, I started that last week. I'm about seven days into that now. So I was just looking for something a little bit extra. You know, since the start of this lockdown. That? Yeah, well, since the start of lockdown, I was sort of letting my standards slip a little bit with the fitness and the diet. So I just thought I need something to focus on, and it just came up. I heard it on a podcast, 75 hard challenge. I heard a couple of people talking about it, so I just I looked into it. It seemed pretty strict. It seemed pretty hard, so I thought I'd give it a shot. And basically, what it is it's all about discipline yourself. So basically, I'm doing two 45-minute workouts a day. One of them workouts has to be outdoors. I've got to take on 4 liters of water a day. Clean diet.
4 liters.
Yeah, 4 liters of water. That's probably the hardest bit, to be honest with you. Clean diet, so I've had to cut all the rubbish, all the sugar, all the alcohol's gone. Yes, and you've got to read a minimum 10 pages of any personal development business book every single day, you know. So you've got to tick all them boxes. If you haven't ticked them boxes by bedtime that night, you're getting rolled back to day one, you know. So it's I don't want to be getting halfway through and then getting rolled back to day one. So I'm pretty much committed to getting everything done that I need to get done in that challenge, you know. So yeah.
So do you think, because it's 75 days, that's you're going to form that habit, won't you?
Oh, 100%. I'm pretty confident I'll stick with it, to be honest with you. I'm interested to see what I'll be like on the other side, you know. Not just fitness-wise, but mentally as well, you know, because it is tough. It has been tough. There's been a few tough days this week, but I'm still in there, so yeah.
Because I know you are, I think you are quite strong. And when you say I had like a few tough days this week, what's the tough days for you like? Because I think, like, personally, you are like really strong, like your mindset and everything.
Oh yeah, but
75 days challenge.
Yeah, I know, but sometimes you get them. You can be strong. Anybody can get them days, you know. You've got lack of motivation, no motivation. You don't want to do anything, you know. But one of the main things I like to do, I like to recognize that when I feel like that. I like to recognize it, and I just tend to push through, anyways. You know, you've got to force yourself through, and that's one of the best things you can do. You know, you can sit back and do nothing, let it pass, wait till tomorrow, you know. But I think just pushing through, sorting your head out, and just getting on with it, it does wonders for you, you know.
Yeah.
But I do get them days.
Oh, of course. And then tell us your daily habits.
My daily habits?
Yeah. You got quite intense routines, especially if you're now doing these 75 hard challenges.
Yeah. Well, I've got a pretty strong morning routine, I think, which is pretty much a 5 a.m. start. You know, my alarm goes off about 4:45. and I'm up. I get a coffee, and my full day is scheduled, you know, from start to finish. You know, I've got a planner there, which everything goes in, everything gets done. What's in that planner most of the time. But my morning routine, it's I'm up. I do some meditations, some visualizations, a little bit of morning study. You know, whether that be business or personal development. I'll be getting a bit of exercise in. I might get my morning run. You know, I try to do at least 5 miles every morning, which is generally a trip down the River Tyne across the bridges and then back home. You know, and then that's all followed off with a cold shower. You know, and that's me set for the day. You know, I'm on fire by then, so it's I'm pretty much good to go.
So you just told me about your 5 a.m. start. How long have you been 5 a.m. person?
I mean, the last couple of years religiously, but I've always got up early with work, Suki. I've always worked in them type of jobs where you're starting at 6, 7 in the morning. So 5 a.m. starts have always been easy for me. You know, it's not an issue. I know a lot of people struggle with it. You know, they kind of get their head around it, but it's all about doing things that you don't want to do. You know, sometimes, and that is a good way to make yourself mentally tough.
Yeah, but like, how did it start? Like, did you just decide, do you know what, I'm just going to start? Because I've tried it so many times. It's 5 a.m. is just like, it's the hardest thing. You've
just got to get on with it. You've just got to get straight out of bed. Don't even think about it. You know, just your alarm goes off and just get up. And it becomes a habit, Suki. That's it. It's habits. It's all about habits.
Yeah.
You know, once you're doing it long enough, it becomes the norm. You know, you don't even think about it.
Yeah, because it sounds like you are quite hardcore, and like it just like reminded me. Because do you follow David Goggins?
I do follow David Goggins. Yeah, I've been following David Goggins for the past couple of years. He's often my training partner. You know, I've got his audio book on. Often on them cold mornings where you're heading out the door and the weather's not too good. You know, you listen to him and he's pretty hardcore. I must admit.
He's ruthless.
He's brutal. Yeah.
So
that's why I like it.
Yeah, there is like no like there is like no option.
Yeah, like just get it done. You know, it's as simple as that. You know, no excuses. Just get it done.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
So, by any chance, are you going to do like some hardcore running or marathons, or are you already done them? Or
I've not done any yet. I'm doing a sprint. Well, I was due to do a sprint triathlon in I think June or July this year. Obviously, I don't know if that's going to go ahead now. But I booked on that just before Christmas. So I've got that triathlon coming up. First time what I've done, you know, it was a friend of mine. He said, right, let's get it, just book it, you know. And so I got it booked, and then obviously you've got to get in shape for it from then. So yeah, you're committed. So I'm looking forward to that if it goes ahead, given the current circumstances, you know.
Yeah. When is that, did you say?
I think it's June, end of June, beginning of July. So we might be back to normal by then. We might not. We'll just have to wait and see. We'll wait and see.
That's going to be like one of your 45 minutes outside.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It's a run. It's a swim. It's an open sea swim.
Yeah.
That one. And then on the bike, and you're finishing off with a run. So I'm looking forward to that one. You know, that will be pushing us to the limit, I think. Yeah.
Which one would you find hardest? Swimming, running, or cycling?
Probably the swimming. I've not swam in years, you know, so it's something I need to get on top of when we get back to normal. You know. Especially in open water. I've never done that in my life.
Have you not?
No. So I'm looking forward to that. You know.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. So are you going to do it for charity, or it's just like test for yourself?
Just a test for myself, really, you know. Could possibly do it by charity, you know. It's something to look into. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's a good idea, that's okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So if it's for charity, which charity would you choose?
Probably the Rainbow Trust, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I've got family do a lot of work with the Rainbow Trust, you know, so
Mm-hmm.
it would make a bit of sense to maybe use them, you know. Yeah.
Fantastic. So here James comes, going to raise however much he can for Rainbow Trust.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Fantastic. So I usually go and ask a few random questions from my guests as well.
Yeah,
So
go for it.
thinking, if you were a superhero, what superpower you would like to possess and why?
My little girl Darcy, she's mad on superheroes. She loves Marvel, you know. We're always playing superheroes. So I'm probably going to say fly. That'd be probably my superpower, be to fly. I would say, yeah. And
so where would you fly?
I'd be around the world, Suki. And I'm just off. That's me. See you later. I'm out of here. You know, whenever I want.
That would be like awesome superpower, wouldn't it?
Absolutely.
Love it.
That's a good question. That one. I like that one.
Because the flying is just like going up and flying. That's my fly. Let's just fly. Yeah. Okay. So, what's your favorite zoo animal, and why?
I quite like the tigers. Yeah. I just think they're great to look at. They're beautiful to watch. You know, when you see them up close, how they operate, you know, especially at feeding time, you know, they're just an immense amount of power there, you know, for something that's so beautiful, you know. So yeah, I like the tigers. Yeah.
Cool. And because I don't know why, because the comments are not coming through my laptop. And Ian Farrer's asking, can you ask James what's the one thing he misses on lockdown?
What's the one thing I miss from lockdown? You know, I had a conversation with my uncle the other night about the things that we take for granted. You know, I think it's probably seeing the kids more often for me. Yeah, I mean they're down in Durham, so that's been a tough one for me. So that's the one thing I would say. Yeah.
Yeah, because the family's not like as regular contact as
absolutely. I would probably say family in general. Yeah. Yeah, I've got a lot of family isolating properly. You know, they can't get out at all. So yeah, it's going to be nice to. I think we're planning a big get together when this is all over. You know. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a nice one. Yeah, and I really like when you're saying like isolating properly.
Yeah.
Because some people are not really isolating properly.
No. I've got family who are just stuck indoors. Doing a bit of shopping for them the past couple of weeks. So
fantastic. So we've talked about the David Goggins, because when we talked about the David Goggins, like which qualities of him do you admire so much?
It's just the never quitting, you know. It's embracing. He calls it embrace the suck, you know. So you embrace the pain when it's the bad times, the tough times, you know. You just take them on the chin and you sort of push them through them, you know. So and I think that's a good way to look at stuff, you know. A lot of people might crumble, you know, but I love how he just pushes through, you know. He's been through, and if you listen to his book or read his book, you know, the stuff that he's been through in his life, you know, it is pretty brutal, you know.
Yeah, but do you think, is it too much? Like I've read and I've listened to his "What Can't Hurt Me." I'm not sure if you're referring that one or different one.
Yeah, no, it's that one. Yeah,
and I understand he's gone through so much, and then like when he does the hardest marathons in the world, and what's the reason for him that pushing? It's just like his personal, like winning himself, that like prove himself that I can do it. But is there any point of doing that? Because I just don't.
It's his. I think it's his own battle with his mind, with his own mind. You know, with his own demons. You know, he likes to get on top of it. You know, I think we've all got them at times. You know, so it's sometimes a battle. You know.
Yeah. I got a little bit a question from Rebecca. Like he says, it's like, are you in your what? Where is the hair gone? Is this the new lockdown look?
Yeah.
Styling.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, just keep it clean, keep it easy. You know.
Yeah. You know, like Ian, he's got his son doing his personal stylist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got three little girls, so I don't know what I might get my nails done or something. You know, it's
nails done. And yeah, that's cool. So if I ask you, like, what's the big dream, James?
I just want to travel, Suki. You know, I just want to see as much of the world as I possibly can while I'm here. That's probably my main motivation for what I want to achieve. You know, yeah.
So which country fascinates you the most, and why? Which country is like I don't know, top 10 or 3, 4?
So I'll give it the top 3. I think I'd love to go to the Middle East, see a lot more of the Middle East. Just the climate and that. I just like the look of it out there, Egypt and type of places. You know, I love America. I love the States. It's just so vast. I mean, up in the wilderness or Pacific Northwest coast. I'm looking forward to getting back up there and having a good tour around there. And yeah, and Europe as well. I want to do a good tour of Europe. I'd love to spend a month going around Europe. You know, maybe
would be enough?
Yeah, take a month off and just disappear for a month. You know, I think it'd be great. You know, yeah.
Who would be your most favorite companion on your travel trip?
I like my own company, Suki. You know, I don't know. To be honest with you, I don't know. That's a hard one.
No moment.
No. I don't know. I'd probably like to take my girls with us. You know. Yeah, I've got a big dream to do a lot of traveling with them. You know, so yeah.
Lovely, love it. So, the best thing about the travel, would you prefer the same things, or the cuisine, or the natural beauty, or the cities?
Just everything. So yeah, I like to take a lot of stuff in. You know, I'll try everything when I'm out there, wherever I am. You know, it's I've been around a bit, so it's experienced.
So where have you been?
I've done Hong Kong. You know, I've done America a few times. Canada, Australia. You know, Australia. I've been around a few places in Europe as well. You know, it's yeah. So I'd probably like to say a bit more than you. What's that? Sorry.
Proper traveling, or just
yeah. Just no proper traveling as well. Yeah. I'd probably like to see a bit more of the UK. You know, it's we tend to do a lot of traveling abroad, but you don't realize what's on your doorstep at times.
Exactly.
So I think I'd like to see a bit more of the UK as well.
Yeah, that's where we're supposed to start, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, I've got a lot to think about over the lockdown, so I'll get some plans in place. You know.
Yeah, I really hope we've got only 3 weeks left.
We'll see. We'll see.
We'll see how it goes. We don't know, do we?
Who knows?
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much for being my guest. And
thank you for having us, Suki.
And because it's called I'mPossible Conversation, I would like to ask you the one moment, that click moment you felt that, do you know what? I am possible. I did it. I'm so proud of myself. What was your?
The moment that happened.
When was it, and what was it?
When was it? I would say, I don't know. I've had that many insights over the past couple of years, you know.
The top one.
I would probably say when I first stepped into property education and I got the business set up, you know, it was a comfort zone stretch then. I put everything I had into it. Financially, everything I didn't have went into it as well. So that was the biggest step for me, you know, getting that set up and getting that in place, you know. And it's been non-stop since. So yeah, I'm loving it, loving it.
So that's the very big step you've.
Yeah, that was it. Taking that step into sort of that world, you know, into business. So that's been a big turning point for me. Yeah.
Fantastic. So what's your message?
Message, I would say, just keep going, you know, keep pushing, you know, embrace the tough times, you know, learn the lesson from them, enjoy the good times, and yeah, just keep focused on yourself, and just keep pushing forward. So that's what I tell myself every day, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the message to myself. So I'll put that out there.
Just do it.
Just do it. Just get on with it, you know. Yeah.
Awesome. Fantastic. Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you very much, Suki. Appreciate it.
Yeah, it's been lovely to have you on I'mPossible Conversation.
It's been a pleasure. Absolute pleasure.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And for the friends who are watching, thank you very much for watching. And I'm going to be back on Thursday. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Wait.